All right, and welcome back to day 3 here at the 2014 Mayday Mayhem tournament in beautiful, now snowy, Loveland, Colorado. My name is Rock the Mike.
And I am Julia Sleazer.
And we're kicking off our second bout of the day here over on track 2 as the Ark Valley Highrollers take on the Junction City Roller Dolls. And Sleazer trying to get all her notes in order. It's been a long 3 days for everybody here.
I have a lot of pieces of paper, and I have like random stats and stuff mixed in with them.
Yeah, so only 42 games going on at this tournament today. So, well, actually for the weekend, not today. Today is much shorter since it's only day 3 now. But a lot of bouts already underway. Finalizing up all our bracketing information. We got our championship bouts coming up later on today. Let's see, winner of this round will advance to the next one. So we're ready to get underway on the track here. Jamming for Junction City, I believe that is going to be Pickle. And I cannot see the Ark Valley Jammer yet, as we are situated on track 1 and do not have a good line of sight. Ark Valley holding the front of the pack steady, though, keeping Pickle from breaking free. Ark Valley's Jammer having a little bit of trouble getting past a 4-wall of Junction City defense at the back. Pickle breaking around Dreddy Nedlock. She is free. Pain in the Bass. 7 pounds, 10 ounces, jamming for Ark Valley. As Pickle coming around about a quarter lap behind the pack on her first scoring pass. Makes her way up in. Looking to come around, shoots to the outside, cuts in. One Junction City blocker holding her back. Gets recycled back into the middle of the pack. And Pickle going to go ahead and call off the jam, getting through, picking up 5.
Oh, not too loud.
And we should have some stats coming up here momentarily.
For being here,
if I can find the right button. There's the button. No, don't go away. Maybe not. We'll try playing with that in a minute. In the meantime, back on the track here. We've got Ark Valley lining up in front. Junction City taking the back line. Malibu Harpy jamming for Junction City.
Right now we've got a 3-on-4 pack because Ark Valley's got one blocker in the box. Still not stopping them from being able to stop the jammer coming through, although the jammer is currently for Junction City.
And Charlie Bronson jamming for Ark Valley, trying to get around that Junction City defense, shooting around the outside. Cuts up into the middle, but got a 2-wall in the front of the pack, holding her back steadily.
She's made it through the pack. That is a 5-point pass. The Ark Valley jammer is still hung up at the pack, but trying to fight her way through. Junction City has a really good defensive wall set up today. They're managing to almost cage her in at times. As the Junction City jammer comes in, she is met by an Ark Valley wall, similarly capable of keeping her back. The defense for both of these teams is really strong, and this is the first bout of their day, so we're going to see a lot of good action. Junction City calling that off, another 5-point pass.
All right, still trying to get our stats going here.
Currently, the score is Junction City 15, Ark Valley 0. We've got about 27.5 minutes left on the clock, or for this half, I should say. We've got an empty box, so we've got 5-on-5 on the floor. It looks like Junction City's lined up right along the jammer line. Ark Valley has positioned themselves strategically around them. See if their strategy helps to get their jammer through. Ark Valley getting control of the front of the pack first. Holding up the Junction City jammer. Similarly to the back of the pack, we've got Junction City now soul crushing the Ark Valley jammer.
And Zoom Flume jamming for Ark Valley, trying to get her way around. So far, Junction City, only team with any points on the board. They're currently up 15-0. We've still got just over 26.5 minutes left, so plenty of time for that to change. And I'm sure it will do so quickly here. Ark Valley definitely trying to put some steam on, get around. But Junction City getting their jammer through.
That is Lady Shatterly out there, finally getting a no pack, as you saw the pack was extremely spread out, so they had to let her go. Another soul crush by Junction City for Ark Valley's jammer.
Yeah, Melanie Pfister there dropping back to force her to come in. A good 30 feet behind where she went out.
Lady Shatterly trying to get through this Ark Valley defense. She's got a 2 and sometimes 3 girl brace. holding her back again. The pack is getting pretty spread out. She needs to try to take them out of play. There we go. She is through, and that is another 5-point pass for Junction City.
Yeah, it took over a minute to get that initial and then that first scoring pass put on the board. So Ark Valley definitely doing a better job right now holding Junction City's jammer back.
Again, both of these teams are fresh for the day. Maybe they've gotten a really good night's sleep. Going to see some good defense. There's another 5-point pass for Junction City.
And Zoomflume tries to get around the outside, gets a little tripped up, gets knocked out of bounds, has to come back in behind.
Oh, wait. I thought I heard a penalty called, maybe.
I heard a whistle somewhere.
Oh,
and there it is from the outside. Multiplayer block being assessed against Ark Valley.
That is Queen Labicha being sent to the box on that multiplayer block. Junction City gets another 5-point pass. As 15 points scored in this last jam by Junction City alone. 0 points for Ark Valley.
20 points now. Yeah, they updated the board on us.
Boo.
Those sneaky scoreboard operators. We're going to try this again. Maybe.
Oh.
We have stats.
Yay. Now I can know who the jammer is. Next up, it looks like we've got Pickle skating for Junction City and Pain in the Bass for Ark Valley. Got Ark Valley again kind of spread out in front of Junction City's line, which is right up against the jammer line.
So Ark Valley in the front for the most part. Colonel Skirts from Junction City sliding around to try and hold them back. As Pickle gets out in front, lead jammer for Junction City.
We still have Junction City with their wall holding back
Pain in the Bass.
Let's see how long they can do it. If they can keep her from getting her initial and just keep accruing points like they've been doing.
And another multiplayer block being called, this time against Junction City. As Colonel Skirt's going to serve some time.
So Pain in the Bass is about to enter on her first scoring pass just as Pickle gets 4 points and is calling it off just as Pain in the Bass enters the pack.
And Slayer Cake there sliding forward just fast enough to avoid becoming a point. So holding Ark Valley scoreless still.
0.
Looking at the stats here, Ark Valley having a bit of a tough time so far this morning against this Junction City team. Junction City really dominating so far.
Right now we've got 2 Junction City blockers in the box, so let's see if this will make a difference from Ark Valley, who has just 1 in the box. We've got a 3-on-2 pack out there, and it's a little bit of madness, but it looks like Charlie Bronson from Ark Valley is going to get lead jammer status and then sent to the box for, I apologize. She did not have lead jammer status. She was getting sent to the box. That looks like Malibu Harpy has lead jammer for Junction City.
Yes, and Harvey doing a great job here all weekend long in this tournament. Fantastic jammer, a lot of speed, a lot of agility.
And sparkly shorts, which makes you go faster, of course.
Very sparkly today.
Very, very sparkly.
I believe this is the first time she's busted out the sparkles.
Is that right?
So, people at home, this one's special.
She is on her second 5-point pass. Let's see if the Ark Valley girls, they're setting up their wall. Looks like they're getting braced for her to come in. Let's see if it makes a difference, though. And she is trying to juke around. Number, that's 2511, is it?
Let's see, we've got 454 Lead Betty.
Oop, I'm sorry. 217, Anita Hidovich. And I can say that because that's part of her name.
Yes, it is.
Looks like she was calling it off. That wall may have been good enough to keep her from wanting to continue the passes. Still, it was 13 points picked up by Junction City. It's a pretty good jam for them. Still 0 points for Ark Valley.
I say 8 minutes in, Junction City picking up 52. Ark Valley still 0. Junction City definitely being a force to contend with. Ark Valley trying to line up things a little bit differently here. We got Killer Bee out in front, skating backwards to try and get a better view of what's happening, so she can hopefully get her jammer out in front of this wall. And good job there forcing one of the Junction City blockers out of bounds, trying to open up a hole. But Zoomflume having a 2-wall to contend with up in the front, not making it easy for her.
Lady Shatterly is stuck in the back against the 3-wall of Ark Valley blockers while their 4th blocker heads to the box.
And Zoomflume knocked down in the infield. She's back up and around. No pass, no penalty. She's not going to be lead jammer, but she is out on a scoring run.
It's up to Junction City if they're going to get lead jammer status, getting through the pack first and calling it off so they don't start bleeding out points.
That's right.
But not yet.
Arc Valley really needs to step up the defense here, try and hold that Junction City blocker jammer back, but she gets through.
She's got lead, but I don't know if she realized. Oh, looks
Power
like
jam,
actually,
so
yeah,
doesn't have to worry about it.
Yeah, Zoom Flume has gone to the box. We're suddenly a little bit penalty heavy, which could be favorable for either team. That's a 5-point pass by Zoom Flume. She reapproaches a pack. Got 3 Junction City blockers still out there up against 3 Arc Valley blockers. That's Anita Hit-a-Bitch. Getting later, Shadowly pulled out to the outside, and she calls it off. There is a timeout called by Arc Valley.
All right, looking at it so far based on our stats here, Junction City clearly in control of this game right now. Not only the 57 points, but they've gotten the lead jammer every jam so far.
It's true. Even though I have to say, like, there's been several jams where you have almost a mirror happening at the front and the back of the pack. You'll have Junctions, like a wall of Junction City holding back the Arc Valley jammer, and then back behind it'll be a wall of Arc Valley holding back the Junction City. So you have good defense. It's just a matter of who gets through first, and it's been Junction City repeatedly. Yeah,
absolutely. So both teams doing a pretty decent job holding the opposing jammer back.
Right.
It's just a matter of getting through that wall and then getting through there faster, which Junction City so far has been much better at in this morning.
Right, and getting through with all legal passes, because I think last jam could have turned out much differently for Arc Valley had she not had that no pass, no penalty.
Definitely, and even just getting out in front was, a great step in the right direction,
Right.
but then she got that penalty.
Yeah.
And that's really what killed that jam for Arc Valley.
2 points were picked up, though, so Arc Valley does now have digits on the board.
All right.
Starting off with Pickle for Junction City up against Zoom Flume. Skating again for Arc Valley. She is actually standing in the box and will soon be joining the players on the track. Right now, Pickle is trying to get her way through Arc Valley's three-lady defense, and she gets through, and she's got lead jammer status. She's now in control of the jam. Zoom Flume has joined them back on the track, and she's going to have to make her initial pass. Junction City is well aware of this and is doing an excellent job of holding her back, although Arc Valley seems a little bit staggered in their defense, and they're kind of a mixed pack right there. Pickle goes ahead and calls it off.
Yeah, being knocked out by Smasher to smithereens, and then drop back a good 10 feet. So again, we're seeing good defense coming out of Arc Valley, just their offense is a little soft at the moment.
Right. So we've got Junction City 57, Arc Valley 2, and we've got about 19 and a half minutes left in this half. So we've got an empty box. We got 5-on-5 on the floor. We've got Junction City lined up in front of Arc Valley, who has taken their spot on the jammer line.
All right, Jamie, looks like I see Malibu Harpy out there for Junction City, and I believe that is going to be...
It's Pain in the Bass.
It is Pain in the Bass. I thought it was Pain in the Bass, but I wasn't sure. But just as I'm saying that, Malibu Harpy breaks out in front of the pack lead jammer again for Junction City.
She really just, there was a little bit of a hole on the outside, and she really just ran right through it.
Yeah, so you can't see it because she's got the helmet cover on, but she does have sparkly wings painted on her helmet.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm pretty sure they give her the ability to fly.
Yeah, she has some good speed, and she's got very good agility. Right now we've got Junction City at the front of the pack holding back Pain in the Bass, who is the Arc Valley jammer. Harpy, in the meantime, gets through for another 5-point pass against Arc Valley. Junction City still has Pain in the Bass, who is spinning around, trying to get through. She finally gets through on her initial pass just as Harpy enters the pack. She's going to pick up 2 points on that last pass.
That's another thing that Junction City is doing very well, too. As soon as they see Arc Valley's jammer coming around, they're very quick to call off the jam, preventing any points from being scored.
Yep.
So the strategy is very popular right now. A lot of teams doing that. We've seen a lot of single pass through, picking up a quick 4 or 5 points, calling it, resetting, doing it all over again.
One of my friends at Anastas always calls it hit it and quit it. And I feel like it's dirty sounding, but I've said it. It's already too late. So we are already into the jam. We've got Arc Valley right at the front, successfully holding back. That is Lady Shatterly from Junction City. We've got a 3-wall up there, and they're holding her back quite well. It's starting to spread out there. We're making a little bit of derby sausage, I think.
Charlie Bronson getting stuck with a 4-wall of her own. But fortunately, one of the Junction City blockers, kind of pushed a little too hard, got the elbow penalty. Charlie Bronson has an opportunity to slip around. Both jammers about 20 feet apart.
Yeah, Lady Shadowley's up there ahead. She's got lead jammer status, but she is in hotly pursued by Charlie Bronson, and she calls it off in the middle of the pack. She's jam reffing from the floor, which, is always awesome.
Yeah, Charlie Bronson getting up in the back of the pack. It was split up just far enough for Charlie Bronson to get past that one blocker, pick up a quick 2 points for the one in the box.
So Junction City didn't pick up any points on that?
No, they did not.
Wow.
Yeah, we finally had a jam where Ark Valley scored the only points.
Fair enough. That's pack awareness, getting out of the way so you don't become points, and getting up ahead when the opposing jammer gets in the pack can really make a difference, as we've just seen.
Yeah, absolutely. Ark Valley doing a great job at the front of the pack, speeding ahead just far enough to spread it wide.
Yep. So we had some out of play that makes Ark Valley get lead jammer status this jam.
That is the first time this game that Ark Valley has had that coveted lead jammer status.
That has shook me all night. She's going to go ahead and enter the pack, and she's zooming through, and she gets a little bit caught up in Junction City. Spins to the outside. Let's see how many points she picks up. It looks like she picked up 2 on that pass.
2 points there, but also
She called it midway through the blockers, so it's always hard to call with your eyeballs. That's why we have jam refs and not me, right?
It is a very difficult job they do, but they are in the best position to do it.
I was a ref for 2.5 seasons, and I was always nervous to jam ref, so I've never jam refed a bout, so I appreciate anyone who's willing to take that position. I feel like they are superstars.
Yeah, likewise myself. I've never jam refed a bout. I mean, I've done a few OPRs, I've done a couple front and rear packs, but yeah, I've never jam refed an actual bout.
Yeah.
Scrimmages I do on a semi-regular basis.
I had done some practices with a league that I used to skate for when they were low on refs as a jam ref, but that was about the only time. It's a bit nerve-wracking, and I don't...
It's a lot harder than it looks on TV.
Yeah, reffing is already really, really hard, so I just accepted I enjoyed outside pack reffing as well, so looks like we had a point adjustment. Junction City 67, Ark Valley now at 4.
Not sure what caused that, but that's the way it stands right now.
Weird, that's what zebras are for. Yay, zebras.
Malibu Harpy trying to get around the outside. Smash to Smithereens. Tries to force her out, but Harpy just a little too quick to adjust. Gets out and around in front. Lead jammer.
Both teams are going ahead and adjusting to this, but Junction City is clearly in control of what the pack's going to do. You saw Ark Valley right there. Their wall reset after kind of chasing the jammer a little bit. Reset up against the position of Junction City. And Junction City looks like they're going to go ahead and establish themselves as the leader of the pack speed and location.
So we're about halfway through this first period here. So Junction City up 71-4. Ark Valley already having taken 1 timeout. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out throughout the remainder of both the first half and then the second half. But both teams really, still seeing a lot of solid defense from both teams. Junction City clearly by their offense right now.
Right. It's not necessarily a matter of I feel like they are equal in defense, but it's again getting that jammer out there and making good call-offs and good decisions. So right now we have kind of an Ark Valley wall. I spoke too soon. It was kind of in front of Junction City's wall. Both jammers are caught up in the pack, one behind Ark Valley, clearly one behind Junction City. Again, it's almost a mirror of the front and the back. 4 blockers holding back each jammer.
No pack called. Pack reformed. Zoom Flume forces the infield. Has to drop back behind Junction City. Now she's got a solid 4-wall to contend with. While up at the front, Ark Valley with a 2-wall. Nacho Sleeves and Smasher to Smithereens holding back Junction City's jammer. But it pushes out past that 20-foot mark.
That is Lady Shatterly from Junction City, who's got lead jammer status, so she's going to be entering the pack on her first scoring pass. Zoom Flume from Ark Valley is still stuck in the pack behind Junction City's excellent defense.
And Queen Labicha going to the penalty box, so now Junction City going to have a 4-on-3 blocking advantage in the pack.
This Lady Shatterly finally makes it through, and she has got a 5-point pass right there.
And Zoom Flume looking to come up on the back of the pack, trying to get through that Junction City 3-wall, shoots around to the outside. Another 3-wall shapes up there. Now she's got all 4 of them to contend with in the back.
I think most of the advantage that Junction City has here is they've gotten their jammer out. She's on her scoring passes. As long as they keep the other jammer in on her initial pass, they can just rack up points with no fear and no need to call off the jam.
And Lady Shadowly getting through for 5 points on that previous pass. Zoomflume almost clears the pack, gets knocked to the infield, forced to recycle back all the way around the track. Coming back in behind, again, all of Junction City holding the back of the pack, and jam is over.
We just saw a really good three-person brace from Arc Valley that finally pushed out Lady Shatterly. She had a couple of seconds left in the jam, but went ahead and just called it off. It's got to take a lot of energy to keep a full 2-minute jam going with as much power as she's putting out there.
Absolutely. Very, very tiring sport if you've not done it. If you haven't, I highly recommend you do. But if you just want to watch, go to ColoradoSports.TV. Keep watching here, like their Facebook page, get updates on everything they do. And while you're there, please click the donate button so we can continue to bring this fantastic action like Pickle getting through lead jammer on a regular, consistent basis for you.
It's like Arc Valley's pain in the bass up against just, it's 3 blockers from Junction City, and she's having a bit of trouble getting through her initial pass. Got some pack definition called. Arc Valley, all 4 of their blockers in the back, keeping Pickle at bay.
Yeah, Melanie Pfister doing a good job holding the outside line, just keeping Arc Valley's jammer in position. Can't slide around her.
Pickle is actually being called on a back block, and she was having trouble getting off the track because the other players continued to block her. But she is going to the box for a 30-second sit-down.
That's going to make this a very, very much needed power jam for Arc Valley.
And it also means we're going to continue this minute 3 seconds we have left. That is another back block called. That is number 30 from Arc Valley. Shook me all night.
And Arc Valley getting their jammer through. That is her initial pass. So Peyton Bass coming around, her first scoring run starting.
Let's see what she's going to do with it. She's already passed her own blockers, clearly, but she's hung up on 3 in a brace from Junction City, who all they got to do is keep her from passing them. They're not points.
A little tripped up, gets knocked down into the infield, forced to recycle pretty far back, trips up on the rope. Seen quite a bit of that here. A slippery surface, and you hit that rope. It's, no friction to friction. It's not fun.
Well, while she was, while Pain in the Bass was getting hung up on Junction City's blockers, Pickle came back in, and she has been racking up points. It means both jammers are capable of scoring as long as they can get past the blockers in the pack, which has been the big problem for Arc Valley.
Let's see, 3 more points being awarded to Junction City. So 7-5 is the point total on that jam in favor of Junction City. But again, Arc Valley did successfully put up another 5 points.
It's true. It could be that they nickel and dime them. We've got 40 minutes left in the entire game.
So all weekend long, we've been seeing a lot of major adjustments for the second half.
Definitely.
So hopefully we'll continue to see that here. Arc Valley coming up with a good plan during halftime, finding a way to get around this Junction City defense and start putting some more points up on that board.
Got a little bit of a slow start. Junction City almost knocking Arc Valley's Charlie Bronson out of play, but getting her trapped up in a 2-man brace.
In the meantime, Malibu Harpy knocked out of bounds, forced to recycle back. I think it's the first time Harpy's actually been knocked out on an initial pass.
Looks like Harpy's not going to have a lot of problems. Arc Valley going out of play. Harpy getting lead jammer for Junction City yet again.
And Charlie Bronson breaks her way through a 2-all, but she gets a little tripped up again in the front as Junction City tries to hold her back, but she does get clear.
So she will be entering the pack on her first scoring pass momentarily.
Malibu Harpy knocked down hard to the infield, calls it off, picking up another 2 points. Not quite fast enough from Arc Valley, though, to get any points on the board.
It's always exciting to see them time it just right. Although my heart goes out to the entering jammer who's like, yay, I'm about to get a point, boom, it gets called off. It's good strategy.
Yeah, still a little hard to deal with on the track.
Right.
That's one of the great things about this game. No matter what the odds are, no one ever gives up. They keep playing just as hard from the first whistle to the last.
And that's definitely something I've been seeing throughout this whole tournament. We've got Lady Shatterly up for Junction City and Pain in the Bass for Arc Valley. Got an excellent Junction City wall keeping Pain in the Bass back. That means Lady Shatterly just busted out of the pack, and she has lead jammer status for Junction City.
All right, Pain in the Bass forced to the outside. Nacho Sleeves trying to hold Melanie Pfister in the middle of the pack so that Arc Valley Jammer does not have to drop back quite as far, but Pain in the Bass trying to force her way through. Got a solid 3 while holding her.
Lady Shatterly getting hung up on Arc City's pass. Looks like we have a misconduct call on Pain in the Bass. Not quite positive what went on, but I am relaying what the hand signals are saying to me. That is Rainbow Sprite going to the box to talk to her. In the meantime, we've got Lady Shatterly stuck against a very strong Arc Valley wall. See if she can get through and make them into points.
Yeah, Junction City holding back, trying to force that eventual what would be a pack destruction, but Arc Valley doing a good job bridging it out. It's really stretching that pack along a good 40, 50 feet.
Bridged it just a little bit too far because it looks like Queen Labicha went to the box, what I suspect is a out-of-play call. An out-of-play call. I know how to use words.
Very hard thing to do, trying to bridge that far out, because you've got your 2 in the middle, maintaining that 10 foot between them, but as soon as one of those shifts to 10.5 feet, even if you're 19 feet out in front, then you automatically become out of play.
Yep.
So very important that the middle part of the bridge stays consistent within that 10 feet.
And that's where the 10-foot lines can help you out.
Yeah, definitely much easier to bridge with the lines on the track than it is without them.
Looks like, are we... looks like I think we're going to have to take an official review.
All right, we're going to get an update here on what's going on with Pain in the Bass.
Or an official timeout, I'm sorry. It means the Zebras are having a timeout. In the meantime, let me tell you about one of our sponsors called Sticker Giant. They are custom sticker experts and the official sticker company of ColoradoSports.TV. You can check them out at stickergiant.com and use Roller Derby, all in caps, and you will get 10% off of your order. Again, that's stickergiant.com.
So they will field a new jammer. She will spend her time in the box.
I think we are getting ready to go back into this jam. We're waiting for the referees to get back in place. We have Arc Valley's wall in front of Junction City's wall, who's lined up right on the jammer line. We've got Pickle is Junction City's jammer, and Zoom Flume is going to be jamming for Arc Valley. But Pickle jumps right through that pack and gets lead jammer.
Zoom Flume, though, not far behind her, finding a way to break out from the inside line. So great job there. Arc Valley really starting to step back up into this game. Pickle calling it off. Did Zoom Flume pick up anything? No, so it's going to be a 0-0 jam.
And right at the end there, you might have noticed Colonel Skirts got called on a cut track, so she's going to start off the jam in the box. So we're going to have a 3-on-3 pack of blockers out there.
All right, we do have a quick update here. Pain in the Bass was expelled for gross misconduct. We're not sure what the reasoning behind the gross misconduct call is. We've got somebody looking into it for us. If we get that information, we will be updating you. But as it stands right now, Pain in the Bass has been expelled.
So we've got Malibu Harpy against Charlie Bronson. Got a very strong Arc Valley wall being kind of dissipated as Charlie Bronson comes through the pack.
Lead jammer, Charlie Bronson. That's the second time now that Arc Valley has been able to get that lead jammer status.
It's nicely done. Harpy is stuck back here, and she's having a lot of trouble with Arc Valley's blockers.
That's right. Killer Bee and Queen Labicha right there. Led Betty assisting with it.
The pack is turned into a very, very long, crazy pack, and it looks like somebody got an out-of-play call just there.
Charlie Bronson finds the inside line, shoots up through, picks up a full 5-point grand slam, and calls off the jam. I believe holding Harpy scoreless.
I don't think she made it through her initial pass.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any points being put up on the board, so very successful jam right there from Arc Valley.
We do have a timeout for Junction City.
All right, looking at our stats here, looks like both teams currently working a 3-jammer rotation. Arc Valley has 4 jammers listed, but again, with Pain in the Bass having been removed from play, that's going to drop them back down to a 3-jammer rotation. Pretty even as far as the numbers, too.
Right.
Malibu Harpy and Pickle, the 2 most common jammers right now for Junction City, both with 6 jams apiece. Both of them getting lead jammer 5 out of the 6 times. Lady Shatterly is 5 for 5 on lead jammer status.
So even though the girls are setting up, we're still in the official timeout, and they do take the entire minute. So we're waiting for time to go by so we can start this out again. We've got Junction City 106, Ark Valley 14. The clock is currently frozen at 5:11.
All right, and just looking at the stats here very quickly, our highest scoring jammer of the game so far is Lady Shatterly with 51 points. That is just under half of Junction City's total.
And she's only been out 5 jams, which is just a little bit less than well, the other two have been out 6, so it's 1 less. So she is going to be an asset to them as long as they can keep her in play.
That's right, and currently looks like Junction City has scored 12 points on power jams.
Nice.
Out of that 106 total that they have.
Speaking of Lady Shatterly, she is out there for Junction City yet again, and she is against Shook Me All Night for Ark Valley. Pack is a bit of a mix right now that we've got a Junction City brace up front, keeping Shook Me All Night from coming through. We have all 4 of Ark City's blockers concentrating on defense instead of offense when they could be helping their jammer through.
And Ark Valley gets their jammer through. Hard fight to get around, but Shook Me All Night is going to be the lead jammer.
That was rough. I just imagine even trying to get through one of those walls would take it out of me, but...
Lady Shatterly makes her way through the pack as well. She's about quarter lap coming up. Shook Me All Night picks up 4, calls off the jam.
She definitely saw her coming up, about to enter the pack on her first scoring pass. Called it off so she couldn't get anything out of it. It's 4 points picked up by Ark Valley.
Yes, a good communication from Ark Valley's bench, yelling at her to call it off.
Definitely.
And you've got to pay attention to your bench as a jammer, because you can't always see what's behind you, but your bench can.
Right.
So definitely a very good way to use your bench, you know, especially if you are jamming or if the other jammer is coming up. Your bench will see it and you may not.
Mm-hmm. So we've got a full 5-on-5 out there right now. Ark Valley is in front of Junction City. Both have taken defensive walls. And see, that is Pickle trying to slam her way through Ark Valley and having a bit of trouble getting pushed out by Nacho Sleaze.
All right, Queen Labicha being sent to the penalty box. So it's going to make this 4-on-3 in favor of Junction City in the pack. Pickle still having a hard time getting around, but there she goes, squeaking by lead jammer Pickle.
She saw an opening and she just went right over to it. It was a pretty wide opening too. So we got Pickle with Pickle with lead jammer status. Zoom Flume hot on her heels, about 15 feet behind. Pickle
right up the inside.
Yeah.
Just boom.
Nice. Let's see how many points she got. 4 points on that pass, calling it off from the floor, as Zoom Flume would have injured and gotten any points had she passed anyone. It was nicely done on that jam.
So quick scoring update here. Just under 3 minutes left. Junction City 110. Ark Valley 18. So Ark Valley starting to pick up some steam, though, late here in this first half. So hopefully we can see that trend continue, regroup during halftime, figure out what's working for them right now, what they need to change up going into the second half, but definitely stepping in the right direction at this point.
Right. Second half can always be a surprise.
So
Sorry, we got Malibu Harpy is trying to fight her way through Ark Valley's line. She manages to juke by on the outside of their line and gets lead jammer status for Junction City. Charlie Bronson is hung up in Junction City's defensive wall. Up, and she just gets out. So both jammers on their first scoring pass. Harpy already inside the pack. I don't know if she notices Charlie coming up on her.
Yeah, she got the word, calls it off quickly. It's like 4 for Harpy, nothing for Charlie Bronson on that one. It was close, though. She was just
right. That's why
another half a second, and
I
she'd have had it.
didn't think she was going to see her in time.
Yeah, so again, great jammer awareness there by Malibu Harpy, knowing where Charlie Bronson was and calling it off just fast enough.
We have an empty box. So we've got 5-on-5 on the track. Ark Valley again taking position mostly in front of Junction City. Junction City taking up the jammer line. Ark Valley's jammer Shook Me All Night, busting through the pack and getting lead jammer status. Looks like Lady Shatterly is just now coming through the pack. So both jammers are on their first scoring pass, but Shook Me All Night is already inside the pack. Junction City is trying really hard not to give her any points, though, and she calls it off.
All right, at this point in time, I'm going to go ahead and hand the mic over to Miscommunication. She was able to go over and get us a clarification on that expulsion. So, Miscommunication.
Good morning, folks. Just a quick update on White 710, Pain in the Bass from Ark Valley. She has been ejected from the game for gross misconduct penalty. What I'm allowed to say right now, after conferring with our tournament head ref, is that she has been expelled from the game, and likely there will be a review for clarification further on that gross misconduct penalty. At this time, we are not comfortable sharing the complete nature of that penalty. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Mike.
Thanks so much for the information, Ms. Com. As we know, referees often have to confer things and they don't want to accidentally give any misinformation out, so we appreciate the information they do share with us, and we will get updates later if it's possible. If it's not, that's fine.
That's the real deal. I'm sure you've heard that joke already this week.
In the meantime, we had Junction City picking up 1 point in that jam, Ark Valley picking up none.
And lining back up here, so that was a very quick jam over. And it looks like that is going to be the end of the first half. So as we go into the half here, 1:15 for Junction City. Ark Valley currently sitting at 20. And again, just looking, the story of the first half is Junction City really dominating from the first whistle here.
Looks like we are at half, so we're going to take a 5-minute break.
And we'll be back in just a few minutes.
Here at the Mayday Mayhem tournament 2014.
Sticker Giant helps people make great stickers. I'm John Fisher, and I started the company. Every sticker has a story behind it. Every sticker has something behind it besides just stickiness.
People seem to flock towards stickers no matter what they are all about.
It's a portable billboard. It can go anywhere.
Seeing stickers on little girls' foreheads.
Cars, motorcycles,
Stop signs, we don't endorse that.
baby bottoms.
I see stickers everywhere. I see stickers in my dreams.
We're a small little group of people and we all kind of have the same vision for success.
Every person is quality minded, top to bottom. We're about getting the job done right.
The quality of Sticker Giant stickers is really fantastic. We run 3 different materials here. All of them were researched to find the best possible thing we can get.
We can get your email and process your stickers in 24 hours and get them out to you.
We try and do things quickly, we try and do them accurately, and we try and get people the stickers that they want. People ask me what I do, and I go, we make stickers all day. There's this company in rural Boulder County, and all they do is make stickers and labels. What makes Sticker Giant a great sticker? What the customer wants, because we can print any kind of sticker. Every day there's a sticker to where I see it, and I just want to know the story behind it. I want to know the company. I want to talk to the owner.
We take people's passions, things that they're really fired up about. We make it over and over and over so those people can tell their story to the world.
All right, and welcome back here to the second half of Junction City versus Ark Valley at day 3 of the 2014 Mayday Mayhem tournament. My name is Rock the Mike.
And I'm Julia Sleazer.
And you should see him entering into frame in just a second here, but Joe Mama from the Denver Roller Dolls on the house call. There he goes on the right side of your screen, working his way around turn 3, up on the podium.
He's got
Joe
it.
Mama for the win, ladies and gentlemen.
I just heard, Joe Mama, get it. Wasn't quite sure what was going on. Looks like the referees are conferring, but we are about to get this started. This is a semifinal bout, so the winners of this game are going to go and play against the winners of the game that's currently happening on track 1, which would be Sioux City versus Slaughterhouse Derby Girls. If I get any update on that score, I will certainly let you know, so maybe you can get even more excited about our championship bout.
Yeah, coming up later on tonight. But in the meantime, we were ready to go here with the second half.
It's going to be Pickle for Junction City up against Charlie Bronson for Ark Valley.
And just like that, Pickle out in front, quick and easy, lead jammer.
I love it when they just kind of run through the pack.
Right, just boom, bust straight through in the middle out of nowhere. Yeah.
I have no interest in being blocked. Here we go, Pickle coming up on Ark Valley's wall of all of their blockers, trying to keep her back, but it looked like we had a little bit of out of play perhaps called. Got a 5-point pass.
Oh, there we go. It's a
Junction
multiplayer
City.
being assessed to Junction City. So Ark Valley free and clear with that wall they had. Nice diagonal action, forcing her in towards the infield. Just couldn't quite contain her in the infield.
We got Charlie Bronson coming through, and she's about to start on her scoring pass. She got 2 points for Junction City. Oh, sorry, 2 points for Junction City. No points for Ark Valley. Junction City calling off just in time.
Seeing that a lot in the first half. So Junction City, great awareness.
Excellent, excellent awareness.
So Junction City obviously dominated the first half. Ark Valley looking to regroup here, try and come in stronger for the second. Ark Valley with the back line right now as the jam's about to begin.
We've got a 3-on-4 pack. Junction City's got one of their blockers in the box. Let's see if that gives Ark Valley any advantage. Both jammers trying to mow their way through the pack, and both jammers hung up on defensive walls. It looked like one of the Ark Valley ladies tried to come assist her jammer, but it gets Harpy, lead jammer for Junction City.
Yeah, it shook me all night, getting a little bit of difficulty trying to fight past this last 2 wall of Junction City defense, but she does manage to get through. She's about half a lap behind at this point.
Let's see if Harpy calls it off just as she enters the pack like she has been doing so often. Yup. It's no points picked up for Ark Valley.
Nope, the whistles were just a little too fast.
No points also picked up for Junction City. Still, sometimes the jam is not about points scored, but about
Points
actions.
prevented, yeah.
Yeah, and it's an exciting jam nevertheless.
Yeah, so even if you can't put points on the board, sometimes it's good enough just to keep the other team from putting points on the board.
Definitely.
Say momentum killing is almost as good as point scoring sometimes.
Right? Junction City is taking the jam line this time, so Ark Valley is in front. 3 of their blockers still in play.
Ark Valley with a solid 2-wall at the front. Lady Shatterly gets around Queen Labicha to get that lead jammer status.
Lady Shatterly has been the most effective of Junction City's jammers in this bout.
And Ark Valley currently going with a star pass, handing the star off to Soccer Balls.
Soccer Ball's first time jamming in this bout. She is through and on her first scoring pass. She is about 15-ish feet behind Lady Shatterly. Lady Shatterly entering the pack, calling it off after she smashes into Ark Valley as well. That allowed Ark Valley to pick up 3 points.
All right,
in
so
that
successful
pass.
star pass there for Ark Valley.
Indeed.
The Soccer Balls does jam occasionally for Ark Valley. I've not seen her doing it much here this weekend. But admittedly, I've been busy announcing other tracks when Ark Valley is skating, so I haven't had a chance to watch them yet.
It's true. I believe this is my first Ark Valley bout.
As they having been able to announce for Ark Valley previously in other events, I've been able to watch them grow and develop as a team. Most of the skaters here today started with the league 3 years ago.
Nice. It's always good to see retention. So it looks like Ark Valley has lead jammer status. That's Charlie Bronson out there making her way along. Pickle about half the track behind her. Let's see if Charlie Bronson's going to get into that pack. Looks like Junction City is going to go ahead and pull themselves up front, trying to avoid becoming points for Charlie.
And Charlie Bronson gets a no pass, no point, so she's only going to pick up 3. But still, 3 points for Ark Valley. I believe that's going to be 0.
Nope.
Oh, 3 points for Junction City, so 3-3.
Indeed.
Point for point on that jam. Did not see the hand signal from the jam ref for Junction City on that one.
Nor did I.
Sneaky jam refs.
Sneaky, sneaky. So we've got Harpy for Junction City against Shook Me All Night for Ark Valley. Ark Valley taking that jammer line.
Yeah, it looks like 3 on 2. 3 on 2. But now it's going to be 3 on 3. 4 on 3 as the penalty box starts to clear out. Malibu Harpy rides the inside line. Lead jammer.
Junction City.
It's like Junction City accidentally tripping their own jammer. She gets called out on a track cut. So Shook Me All Night is going to go to the box, allowing Harpy to have a power jam. Ark Valley trying to take up the track, trying to figure out where she's going to go next and keep her back, but they don't manage to do it. That is a 5-point pass for Harpy for Junction City. Junction City taking the back of the pack, getting ready to try to break up some of Ark Valley's defense. Ark Valley holding it while Junction City hangs out towards the back. In that instance, they just kind of let their jammer do what they will. And oh, she's being sent to the box. She has got a blocking out of play called on her. So that means Shook Me All Night is going to come back into play, but I believe she was already standing, so Harpy's going to be serving almost the entire 30 seconds, if not the entire 30 seconds. Shook Me All Night will need to complete, I believe, her initial pass. Let's see if she can get through and score a couple of points. We've got...
No, she gets a cut penalty, so...
She'll be serving a full 30 seconds while Harpy comes back onto the track, I think.
Now, question is...
Oh, no, she's going to... Harpy's going to serve the remaining few seconds, come back onto the track. That's going to be a full 30 seconds for Shook Me All Night. Here comes Harpy. We've got about 20 seconds left. She can pick up the points that she was in the middle of accruing when she went to the box. And if she can make it through, she might be able to get a second pass in here. Looks like Ark Valley is not having it. Now she picks up 5 points.
But a very solid Ark Valley through wall, just constantly pushing her back, making her work for those 5 points.
Well, she's got about 4 seconds. She might be able to get 1 or 2 points if she can get through. Ark Valley is just not interested in letting her have any points. Let's see what we got. Jam ref showing 0 for Ark Valley. I believe that is 2.
Looks like 2. Rainbow Sprite there with the call.
She's got a little bit... She's not holding it up high enough for me to tell. It looks like 2 fingers, either that or she...
Might be 3. It's really hard to tell when they don't stick it up high enough.
Regardless, Junction City picked up 10 points in that jam. And we're going to have an official timeout, perhaps even for Rainbow Spite, to discuss how many points she had. Maybe she wasn't holding them up very high because she was not quite positive on her call. So while the officials do their excellent job of officiating, let me tell you about Roller Derby Nation. If you haven't checked out their website, it's a smarter way to do derby, and they will bring roller derby to the masses. They can help your league manage themselves better so they can skate more, and you can download free software at rdnation.com.
That's right, and the scoreboard you were seeing at the bottom of your screen is courtesy of Roller Derby Nation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we don't have it on our stat screen.
Oh, I know.
But that's okay, because...
The stat screen just went to sleep. I wanted to wake it up.
Bad stat screen. No nap for you. Yes, this nice purple scoreboard here at the bottom of your screen is the Roller Derby Nation software. Easy to use, easy to install.
Excellent.
Very, very popular stuff. But it's also what we're using for the scoreboard up on
I had been
the big
curious,
scoreboard.
actually. Okay, well, noted. Also, you might notice on the site that you are watching us on, there's a donate button in the lower right-hand corner. While you're watching this for free, you would have paid $30 if you came and joined us here this weekend, so why not pop us a couple of bucks, keep the broadcast cost defrayed, and that may make the archives free in the future forever.
That's right. The weather's a little nasty outside. You don't need to run out. Take the money you would have spent, going out to breakfast, getting a coffee, whatever. Just, take some of that, throw it into ColoradoSports.TV.
Word.
Help support a local company that's trying to promote Colorado sports all across the state.
Yeah, they do just more than just roller derby, even though we are appreciative of them covering roller derby. They do have other sports.
Yeah, amateur, professional, you name it, they cover it. If it happens in Colorado, they even do some stuff up in Wyoming on occasion.
Well, something happening right now is Lady Shatterly getting lead jammer for Junction City. Zoom Flume about half a track behind her, but also on her scoring pass. Is she going to get in the pack in time?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Any points picked up by, looks like a 0-0. Oh, I believe there's an injury. And we have an injury. Sorry, I disappeared for a second. I am right next to the medics, and I did my frantic arm wavy. For those of you at home that have witnessed me in person during bouts, I always get super nervous when anybody gets hurt. And I have managed to yelp in the microphone 0 times this week, and I'm very proud of myself.
Yes, and we do take safety very seriously. This is one of the most slippery floors I think the Derbyverse has ever seen.
I have never, I thought I'd seen polished concrete before, and I don't know if this is because it's a different color or something. It's brown. But this floor does seem slick, even just I'm not sliding around in my shoes or anything like that. But I had a couple of my friends that are officials that said they didn't bring sticky enough wheels. Luckily, we had a couple of vendors here.
Yes, we want to thank Skate Rats from Fort Collins for being here. They sold out of all the grippy wheels on the first day, so they had to go back and restock.
I kind of wondered. I've seen some skaters in all 8 poisons out here to give you an idea of like how truly slick this floor is, and I'm not sure on polished concrete like this if you could even throw. Is it rosin or resin? I always get the 2 words.
It depends on the venue.
Okay.
There are things you can do to it, but it's a nightmare to clean up.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, like, I'm not sure if this is the type of floor that you do that on. But yeah, it always looked like, in the end, I don't have any clue how they would ever clean that kind of thing up. So it looks like we're going to have to just make do with sticky wheels. I haven't seen a lot of people flying around, but certainly they do slide on their pads, which looks a little bit fun to me. But doesn't mean I want to break out my skates. So
yeah, no, I actually skate on a very similar floor with my home league down in Castle Rock.
Really?
And yeah, I've been told that this one's actually a little bit slippery more than ours is.
Wow. Well, we're getting this jam underway, and Charlie Bronson from Ark Valley has jumped right through that pack and gotten lead jammer for Ark Valley.
It's like an elbow being handed out to Nacho Sleaze, so Ark Valley going to be sitting 1 jammer out as this jam is called off, next one getting ready to start.
Charlie Bronson calling that off when Pickle there for Junction City was about 15 feet from entering the pack.
But Charlie Bronson able to pick up 1 point on that jam.
I'm sure it's super hard to estimate as you enter the pack how to call it off before your opponent gets to the pack and how many points you're going to be able to get, because sometimes they just smash right into a wall of blockers, unable to pass them as they're calling the jam.
Right, we actually saw something very similar happen in the first half where, Junction City is trying, their jammer trying to get to the front of the pack to call it off, but Ark Valley's defense just keeps getting further ahead.
Right.
So that Ark Valley's jammer actually has a chance to pick up a quick 2 points.
Right.
Leaving Junction Valley scoreless on that jam.
Right now we've got Harpy has Junction City with lead jammer status. She's going to encounter 2 blockers from Ark Valley who she jukes right on by, entering the pack, and she's juking around. Shook Me All Night, the jammer for Ark Valley, giving her a little bump as she passes by. That is 4, I think that was 5 points taken for Junction City.
I'm seeing.
Yeah, there we go. She held up 4 and then she held up the 1 because she passed Shook Me All Night. I just like the little booty bump, like, hi, as she passed, and she's like, no, I'm calling.
So yeah, we're not gonna do this now. Well, so it's, Malibu Harpy been out a lot of times. 10 jams so far. She's been lead jammer 9 of the 10.
It looks like they've got an evenly spaced jammer rotation. Harpy, Pickle, Shatterly, all out 10.
But out of the 30 jams we've had so far, 10, 10, and 10 apiece. So very even rotation, but say 3 jammer rotation, your jammers are going to start getting tired as we get later into the second half.
Right.
And Charlie Bronson jamming right now for Ark Valley is trying to make her way up around the back of the pack, but Junction City really doing a good job holding her up.
Let's see, I think that is a new one. That is Tic Tac Flow out there for Junction City. So now we've stopped our 3 jammer rotation and thrown in a 4th. Maybe giving a little bit of rest. That's Charlie Bronson going to the box. I believe that was a blocking with the head that I saw called, if I'm not mistaken. She's in the box. That is a power jam for Tic Tac Flow. If she can get past these 2 final Ark City blockers who have gone too far and gone out of play. So now she has her first pass. That is 5 points picked up by Tic Tac Flow from Junction City. She's going to be approaching the pack, and as usual, Junction City takes the back and they kind of hang out. If they stay back there, as Ark Valley's defense pushes forward and they make sausage, or whatever you want to call it, as long as Junction City hangs in the back, they may not be aggressively helping their jammer, but it helps take the Ark Valley skaters out of play more quickly, because it will create out of play and out of play scenarios, I should say.
All right, so then Tic Tac Flow calling off of that jam with Charlie Bronson standing. Charlie Bronson, though, was released just before the jam ended, so we are going to have 2 jammers on the track at the start of this next jam.
All right.
And it looks like those jammers are going to be Pickle for Junction City and Zoom Flume for Ark Valley.
Now, Ark Valley has taken the jammer line this time. You can see them going to the outside, going to the inside, trying to follow Junction City's jammer Pickle. But it looks like Pickle manages to juke around and get through there, getting lead jammer status for Junction City again. Zoom Flume, on the other hand, getting soul crushed to the back and having to be recycled and getting stuck up behind Colonel's skirts and her wall of blockers.
Yeah, Zoom Flume really having a hard time getting through here. Zoom Flume knocked to the infield, one skate in, one skate out, straddling, gets tripped up, so very wisely goes into the infield, drops back behind.
Natty Dread from Arc Valley is being sent to the box. That's going to be a 3-on-4 advantage towards Junction City. However, Pickle is getting hung up. Arc Valley just not interested in letting her through. It's like a multiplayer block being called on 217 Anita Hitabich. And that is another 5-point pass for Junction City.
Yes, so Zoom Flume still having a hard time getting through the back of the pack here. She's around past one, but she's got a 3-wall now to contend with. Gets past two others, one holding her. But the Junction City blockers doing a great job recycling their formation here in the pack and just continuing to just ride her around. The Pickle gets through for another 5. And Zoom Flume here trying again, still Junction City all over her. She makes her way around.
Now we've got 2 Arc Valley girls in the box. Led Betty going to the box just now. So we've got a 2-on-4 advantage towards Junction City. Now it's going to be a 3-on-4, but 5 points picked up by Pickle for Junction City.
And Zoom Flume again knocked to the infield. Tries to keep her balance riding around that line. That piece of rope under the tape.
Yeah.
Constantly tripping people up.
Well, it's supposed to be there, so kind of.
Yeah, it gives you that physical barrier so you can feel when you're going in and out of bounds.
Gives you a little bit of notice if you're just skating in and out of bounds, but yeah, it can also backfire just a little bit.
Yeah, so if you catch it just right, you get kind of tripped up, lose your balance a little bit, and that's when we see things like that happen.
Right. It also depends on wheel height and stuff. I've seen a lot of low-profile wheels, and of course, the higher profile wheel you have, the less you're going to feel things going under your feet, but higher profile wheels are not great for roller derby, so rope is your enemy, I suppose.
But it's also your friend, too. And there are a lot less cutting penalties when there's a rope there.
Right. Oh, definitely.
So, and of course, rope required for sanctioned play. Mm-hmm. But say you're looking at practice situations, if you don't have that rope there, it's definitely something you need to get used to. Both jammers trapped in the back of the pack here. Charlie Bronson and Malibu Harpy trying to work their way around. Neither one of them having an easy time doing it.
No. Harpy's just entered all the way in the back behind even her own lines. We've got Charlie Bronson moving her way towards the front, but will she make it? It looks like Arc Valley's defense is almost sometimes working against her as they try to keep Junction City off of her. But when the pack is so close. All right, there we go. We got a little too far out of play. Now she's got lead jammer status, so that's Charlie Bronson for Arc Valley out there. Harpy for Junction City just now getting out of the pack. Both jammers on their scoring pass, but Charlie Bronson calling it off. She had picked up 4 points, called it off before Harpy could get very much near the pack at all.
Yes, the Arc Valley doing a good job holding Harpy back. It took her almost a full minute to break through for that initial pass.
Right.
And given how fast and agile she is, that really shows how well Arc Valley is doing defensively here.
Yeah, like the endurance they're showing and the power they're still showing in the second half. We're almost halfway through the second half now, or just a little bit over halfway, I should say. They're really keeping up their strength, and they're not wearing down, and that's really good to see. So even though the point spread might be wide at 187-31, the score is not necessarily indicative of how hard these girls are skating and working.
No, not at all. And the score isn't even spreading that fast either. So Arc Valley doing a good job trying to contain it, and it's slowly growing.
Junction City got a pretty good lead there in the first half. So as long as they can keep Arc Valley back or just keep these tiny trickles of points happening instead of just a big floodgate opening during a power jam or something like that, which we really haven't seen in this bout or game, I think we'll probably keep just about this spread.
And so the pack's moving very quickly here.
After 45 seconds, we finally have tic-tac-flow coming through for Junction City. She is your lead jammer. Shook Me All Night, still trapped back there in the pack. Junction City's defensive walls being really effective against Arc Valley today. All right, Shook Me All Night is out of the pack, and she's on her first scoring pass. Let's see how she does. Tic-tac-flow doesn't notice her coming in. Oh, but she does, right as I say it. So that is 0 points to 0 points picked up in that jam. See, it's an incredibly exciting jam. A lot of action going on. Nothing really picked up. So it really shows how each team's defense is working effectively against each other. It's just a matter of getting jammers out and picking up a little bit of points here and there is the best they can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now we've got Slayer Cake from Junction City sitting in the box. So Ark Valley going to have a 4-on-3 advantage. Considering you've got two very strong defensive teams, having that extra blocker on the track is going to make an impact.
And again, whoever wins this bout is going to go up against who is on track 1, which is the Sioux City versus Slaughterhouse game. The winners of these two bouts will go on to our championship.
I say Pickle getting sandwiched by Ark Valley, but she squeezes through lead jammer.
The other hand, Charlie Bronson getting recycled to the back, getting knocked out. Here's a little bit of soul crush for you as Pickle comes up through the pack and she tries to fight her way through Ark Valley's blockers. Junction City holding their own, hoping that Pickle will be able to take them out of play, which has been happening repeatedly tonight.
Melanie Pfister really doing an excellent job here, knocking jammer out of bounds, then dropping back and keeping it under that 20 feet to stay in play.
Right. So we've got Pickle about to enter the pack. Charlie Bronson hot on her heels, and she knows it, so she calls it off. But we got a 0-0 pass right there. Only 5 points picked up by Junction City.
Yeah, so again, this shows how strong defensively Ark Valley is really playing right now. Junction City, really able to put up a lot of points all weekend long here.
Right.
So the fact that Ark Valley is doing this well defensively really shows how well they play together.
Right.
And, you got to have those strong walls, and you can't do that if you're not thinking together as a unit and doing what they're doing here.
Definitely. Well, these two teams being seeded into the semifinals like this should be a signal that they are going to be some of the stronger teams here this weekend. And as you can see on the track right now, Junction City having control of two people to keep Zoom Flume back from passing, while we've got Harpy slashing her shoulders left and right, just chest to chest with an Ark Valley blocker as she pushes her way through. It's exciting to see. She's got lead jammer there for Junction City.
And so Junction City, all four from lineup, back of the pack, trying to hold Harpy back. Zoomflum still trying to get past that Junction City 3 wall.
Yeah, they've pretty much just kept her like that and just slowly taken themselves half a track away from us since last I mentioned it.
And there we go, Ark Valley trying to jump up, try and break open some holes for the jammer to get through. But now she's got a 2 wall. She's
going to end up getting taken.
No pass, no penalty. But sometimes, that's what you got to do.
Right,
you may not get, like a lead call, or you might miss 1 point, but it still gets you out in front of that pack, which gives you a chance to come back in fresh for your next pass.
Well, she's no pass, no penalty, but since Harpy's sitting there in the box, that is a 5-point pass. She's on a power jam for just a few more seconds. We got 43 seconds left in this jam. Let's see if she can do what she just did. She just took the outside and flipped right on through Junction City's wall. It was just not fast enough to keep her back, but they're certainly giving her a little bit of the soul crush right now.
Yeah, so again, Junction City doing a great job knocking jammer out, dropping back. Really stretched the pack out far that time.
Right.
So again, good bridging is essential when you're doing that kind of an action. Big hit there on Harpy.
Right.
Oh, felt that over here.
Two ladies just coming chest to chest and looking real sad as they drop to the floor. It's a good effort, though. Harpy coming back through. What do we got?
And Zoomflum trying to call it off, but she is not lead.
Yeah, I kept hearing call it. I'm not sure if it was the crowd or the bench, but there was Harpy had originally gotten lead jammer and they gotten sent into the box, so that was going to be the natural conclusion of the jam. Only 4 points picked up by Junction City, 9 points scored for Ark Valley, which has been one of their higher scoring jams in this game.
Yeah, Zoomflum picking up that additional 4 on that last pass. Great job there.
Yeah, it was nicely executed.
Just under 9 minutes left to play here in the second half, and we've got ourselves, I believe this is an official timeout. Yes, it is.
Looks like it. Should mention to you, if you have not gotten the schedule of the brackets or you just want more information about this wonderful event, which is annual, check us out on the Facebook. Just go ahead and look up Mayday Mayhem event and like the page. Facebook has been a little bit wonky, and they're now deciding who you get anything from. So after you
Right.
like it, also hold your mouse over it and click get notifications, and you'll get the notifications for this event. We'd also like to invite you to like ColoradoSports.TV on Facebook. You can get updates if you're a fan of Colorado sports. They stream things often, several sports available. I'm under the impression they're always free, yeah?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, everything is provided online, free, both the actual live stream and in the archives as well.
I love watching sports in my pajamas. I don't know about you, but here we go with this next jam. We've got 5-on-5 out there on the track. Ark Valley Junction City taking the jammer line. Ark Valley in front of them, trying to control the pack by taking the front. It's pretty effective so far, even though it looks like Ark Valley's jammer, Charlie Bronson, is being soul-crushed. Now Junction City making a wall and slowing it down. That means they're going to wait for Ark Valley to take their skaters out of play, which has happened. Lady Shatterly following them all the way up and then getting chased. She gets lead jammer status as Ark Valley's skaters had gone out of play.
That's right. Ark Valley, again, those solid defensive walls, while they may not be doing much to get points on the board, they are killing time.
Right.
And so the more time you're actually able to hold that opposing jammer back, the less opportunity they have to score.
Right.
Which is why we're not seeing, even more points from Junction City at this point.
Mm-hmm. It's still good strategy, especially when you have, 199 to 40. You've got a pretty good spread. If you can keep the jammer behind your wall and you can also keep it slow, that means when your jammer gets through and Ark Valley is trying to hold them back, they're going to tend to end up out of play because you're you're most of the rest of the pack back there with your four wall.
And again, Charlie Bronson getting through another no pass, no penalty. It looks like this jam just called off. So Junction City now over 200 with that jam. They went to 209. Ark Valley is sitting at 40, just under 7.5 minutes left.
Looks like the penalty box has gotten suddenly really popular. Got 2 blockers from Ark Valley in there and 1 from Junction City, so we've got a 2-on-3 out there. The helmet panties never throw as well as you think they're going to.
No, something about, that nice soft, squishy material.
Right.
Kind of semi-balloon shaped. It catches air pockets. It just hovers for a second.
Right.
Pickle jamming for Junction City out in front early. Lead jammer. Shook me all night trying to get around. She's got a 2-wall of Junction City to contend with. Now it's a 3-wall, but she breaks free. Clear to score.
Let's see if Pickle notices she's coming up on the pack. Yep, so of course she does. I don't know what I'm saying. Pickle noticing and calling it just in time before it shook me all night. I don't think she picked up any points. Looks like
4 for Pickle.
No, I'm sorry. I don't think Shook Me All Night picked up any points.
And she did not.
Okay.
So you thought correctly.
Hooray. Sometimes I do.
What, think or think correctly?
Mm-hmm.
Because I try and avoid thinking.
Little column A, little column B.
Yes. All right, getting ready to start out this next jam here. Junction City in front. 3-on-3 in the pack. Ark Valley up against the jammer line, trying to hold Malibu Harpy back, but she edges around the inside. Lead jammer. That's Charlie Bronson jamming for Ark Valley. Tries to take the outside line, gets a little tripped up, shoots inside, then tries to cut up the middle, but she gets a little tripped. So stumbles for a second, but she does manage to get through. As Malibu Harpy breaks through the pack, picking up that should be 4. Charlie Bronson coming up on the back of the pack. Harpy seeing her, going to go ahead and call it off right here.
She entered the pack, but I think she'd only passed her own skaters, so no points picked up by Ark Valley.
Yeah,
4 points picked up by Junction City.
so important to be in the front of the pack with the opposing jammer coming in, because then you are pulling ahead.
Make yourself not a point.
That's right. You give your jammer a little bit of time. It's like, okay, and she passed her team. Now I need to call it.
Right. So we have 1 Junction City blocker in the box. Ark Valley has taken the jammer line. Junction City has got their 3-wall going on in front of them. See how it goes. Immediately, Ark Valley starts pushing towards the direction they see. Junction City's jammer holding her back. Oop. Got 1 knocked out. Lady Shatterly out there. She has now effectively found a hole on the outside, gone around, and got lead jammer for Junction City one more time.
And Zinflin breaking through on the inside, so both jammers on scoring runs. Lady Shatterly, let's see if she's going to call this off. Yep, there it is. Did she get any? No. Oh, it looked like she might have had 1 from this angle. But
pointless jam.
Yeah.
Zing.
Yeah, I was looking like, I
Oh.
thought
2 points for Junction City.
Oh.
Must have
Okay.
missed it.
I thought Ark Valley might have had one just looking at it from this angle, but not having that straight on line of sight, it's very difficult to tell from here.
Well, you might have seen Canadian Bacon and come out of the box, and she was gaining speed, and she got around in front of the jammer, right as she approached the pack. So it might have appeared she was going to get a point, but that was in fact a blocker coming out of the box. For those of you at home that even noticed that, number 49, Canadian Bacon.
Excellent observations.
I got eyeballs.
Right on.
We got Pickle out there against Zoom Flume.
And it's like I saw somebody with a penalty. There it is, one of Ark Valley's blockers.
Soccer balls being sent. So right now we've got a 2 to 4 pack. Oh, so try 2 to 3, and it's going to about to become 3 to 4. We got Pickle in lead jammer status, but Zoom Flume is very, very, very close behind her. Let's see how far she wants to go in the pack, or if she even wants to enter the pack before she calls it.
Both jammers
Zoom
going.
Flume is like, hey, buddy, how you been?
And Pickle gets tripped up, calls it off from the floor. I believe that's going to be another 0-0 jam.
Sure looked like it. So you only got about 3 minutes left. I feel like this spread is not going to be able to be shored up at this point. We've got 219 to 40 in favor of Junction City.
Yeah, Junction City, 179-point lead. Just looking at the points so far, first half, Junction City scored 115 points. So far here in the second half, they've done 104.
Wow.
So even pacing with the first half. Ark Valley, 20 and 20 as far as halves and points go. So second half looking very much like the first half as far as the point spread goes.
And, as far as energy and effort, both halves seem equal to me as well. Like, nobody's slowing down. We do have Shook Me All Night for Ark Valley. He's got lead jammer status. Harpy is caught up in the pack. Ark Valley again. Ooh, getting her just a little bit out. That is Nacho Sleaze. And she's going to get pulled to the back of the pack as Ark Valley's jammer enters the pack and finds herself up against Junction City's blockers.
Yeah, now Nacho Sleaze dropping back after Harpy forced to the inside. So Nacho Sleaze now doing a good job dropping back and trying to force those cuts. And just like that, Ark Valley's jammer gets through 5-point pass for Shook Me All Night. Harpy, though, breaking free about 20 feet behind her. And good call there from Shook Me All Night, calling off the jam before Harpy has a chance to come up on that pack. So 5-0 jam in favor of Ark Valley. About a minute and a half left to go here in this second half.
Probably got a couple of jams left in this game. Got a completely empty box. That means 5-on-5 on the track. Got Ark Valley is walled up on the jammer line, and Junction City is just in front of them.
Nice leisurely start here on this Sunday morning for what very well could be the final jam of this game. Zoom Flume trying to work her way around, zigzags to the inside, gets knocked in by Slayer Cake. And one of Ark Valley's blockers going to the box.
It's Anita Hidovich being called on a multiplayer block.
But Lady Shidley getting her out in front first. Lead jammer comes up on that 3-wall of Ark Valley defense to the back of the pack. Not having an easy time getting around it.
Right.
In the meantime, Zoom Flume is through. That was her initial pass. Lady Shidley breaks free of the pack. Picks up 4. Maybe.
Got to
at
see
least
that
4.
thumb. It looks like 4.
There we go.
And Zoom Flume has re-injured the pack, and or has she been through her initial?
She has been through on her
so
initial.
she's re-injured the pack, and
there's
the
5
jam's
right
not been
there.
called. I bet they may be at this point running down the clock. There's only 9 seconds left on the game clock, so they can run down this clock, call the jam, it's over. So they may just be taking it as long as they can because they can take it another 47 seconds, even though the game clock is now run all the way down.
That's right. Even though regulation time has expired, it continues on through the jam clock. There's the call off. It's like an additional 3 points scored for Ark Valley on that last jam. So we'll give them a second to update the scoreboard. Unofficially, we're looking at Junction City 229, Ark Valley 48. So very, very hard fight. The score really does not reflect how intense this game was.
No, it was a pleasure to watch, and I get tired watching it sometimes. I don't know how these ladies have so much energy, but both teams fought hard from the beginning to the end, and they should both be proud.
And this was, what, their third game of the tournament already?
Yeah, should be. So that looks like Junction City is going to go up against whoever is won or is winning the Sioux City Slaughterhouse bout. They're on track 1. So we'll wait to see when we have our official score before we sign off.
And Junction City finishing up their victory lap here. Ark Valley about to take their turn spinning around. Let's say neither team done for the tournament, though. Ark Valley is going to drop into the consolation bracket here.
Well, the scoreboard's been reset, so I have to imagine, unless that was completely an error, it looks like the final score, I believe, is 229 Junction City, 48 Ark Valley. I have been Julia Sleazer.
I am Rock the Mike.
And thank you for joining us at this wonderful bout.
6 or 4, it would equal the amount of 30 you can see here. Thank you for coming out today. Stick around, more road derby coming up.